Hi, people. Hello. All right. The competition winners? Yeah.
Yes.
All right. There's a whole contraption here, and I forget how to do it. How do I do it? Guitar, headphones first? Yeah. Okay. Don't worry about us.
All right.
This is Vinny. Hi. Vinny usually plays with Halsey, but we've stolen him off her. Stolen her? That'd be weird. It'd be like taken.
Actually, the interesting thing is, I was just speaking to some people, and it's been 5 years and 1 month since we first played "What Makes You Beautiful" here in.
And you guys were the first to play.
Yeah, first one, I think it was like half a year before everyone figured it out.
Yeah, well, thanks for the belief.
Yeah, always, man. And the connection is, we were also the first one to play Halsey 3 years ago, before she even had a record label. Ghost. That's right.
Look at that.
So for those
in
like Facebook
Halsey.
land, if you love music, come on over and subscribe, because you get beautiful things like this. I'll be on Facebook Live looking at your questions. We know Niall is sexy and he's beautiful. But if you have questions to ask, I'll be checking them out right here.
And good ones as well.
Exactly, real questions. So just to go back 5 years, what do you remember at this point? Because it's been such a whirlwind. You've been all over the world. Even though you probably haven't been able to see it because you've been so busy. What from 5 years ago coming here for the first time, what can you remember vividly?
I remember all of it. Like, you'd be surprised what you remember, even walking into the elevator, coming through this building, because we probably haven't been here since, really.
It's been at least like 3-4
maybe,
years.
Yeah, maybe popped in briefly once or twice, but like doing this whole session thing, I remember doing that, and signing the wall. I just, look, there's the 1D on the wall outside. So it's all kind of, nostalgic. But yeah, you remember it because it was a big time. Like, we did a lot. There was a lot going on. We did a lot of shows and radio shows and interviews and stuff like that. But yeah, you always remember. I've got a good memory anyway, to be honest. So
do you have the best memory of the group, you think?
Yeah, I'm good with like names and remembering small things.
I suck at names. I have to say them over and over, or I put them in my iPhone in notes.
Yeah,
so I'm not rude. But so
I'm joking.
Yeah. You, I know, we tweet enough.
Yeah, exactly right.
From muscle memory, my thumb. So now that you're doing this on your own, one of the most interesting things I heard is that when you have called us a lot. You spoke to Spider Harrison, and you said that when you guys are taking your break, you decided, I guess, to go backpacking through like Eastern Asia?
Yeah, Southeast Asia, yeah.
So tell me about the backpacking and your like spirit mission.
It's my spirit mission. That's
what was it like? Because obviously you're surrounded by so many people all the time, and then all of a sudden going to a place where it's just you and like your 2 or 3 buddies, and people might or might not know who you are, but it's kind of peaceful, right?
Yeah, it was great. We just towards the end of last year, as I knew our break was coming up, I was like, right, what am I going to do? So I was like, well, I want to chill, first of all. So I wanted to go backpacking. So myself and 2 of my cousins my cousin was living in Australia at the time, and me and his brother went down to Australia via LA. Met him down there and then started our route up through. So we started in Indonesia, in Bali. Then we went up to the Philippines, did a couple of islands over there, did Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand.
And you didn't go fancy. These weren't like fancy hotels. Like you roughed it.
Oh, we stayed
as best you could.
We stayed in like some, and I'm not even talking about it because fair enough, I've stayed in some nice places, but I mean, like, this was squalor, and it was great. And I mean, it was great. It was just like a proper grounding experience. We stayed in like places where you weren't sure if it was condensation on the sheets or sweat from the previous guys. There was like, unimaginable amounts of mosquito bites from the bed alone. It was just a great experience, and I really want to do it again. There was a lot I didn't get to see. We spent 6 weeks just going around with like little scooters and Vespas and stuff like that, and just flying around and just having a good time. It was just a good laugh, and like anyone that would notice me would be like, they would never like ask for, or if they did ask for a picture, I'd be kind of like, I'm just kind of trying to enjoy this, like kind of like you are, So, and then they'll be like, fair enough, fair play to you for like kind of trying it our way, if you like, and which I appreciated because that's the way I wanted it to be.
Yeah, and you stayed off social media. It's similar to what Ed Sheeran is doing
Exactly,
right now.
yeah.
Where he literally, I don't think he's tweeted in 2 years.
I honestly, right, I haven't spoke to Ed in ages because he's just fallen off the edge of the planet. He disappeared. He went traveling, and then apparently he's in London, but I haven't seen him in a while.
Did you still have your phone with you? Because I think Ed straight up got a flip phone from the Adele video.
Yeah,
and
he literally has a flip phone that I think 15 people have the number of. So he's went in incognito. But yeah, I just stayed off social media because the more you talk about it, the more chance of people finding you and stuff like that. And I just wanted no one to know where I was.
But you still had your iPhone. You were still connected.
And taking photos and
you had Google Maps just in case.
Yeah, exactly. We literally use Google Maps all the time. Surprisingly, Waze didn't work very well, but
the traffic in Indonesia is terrible.
Yes.
So how long actually was it? We're not talking a month. We're talking months you did this.
Yeah, it was 2 months. I think all in all from Australia, from the start of Australia, it was 2 months. Yeah, 2 months of getting around. We spent 3 weeks in Thailand, and there's Thailand's a big place. And then a few days in Cambodia, and went to Hanoi in Vietnam, and yeah, it was just really good.
What was maybe something that surprised you from those areas? Because obviously you got to spend some time, and it's vastly different from the UK or America. Yeah. What things surprised you, or things that you learned that you would want to share with people that you found either inspiring or amazing or surprising?
First of all, if you've got any time, go to Southeast Asia. It's the best part of the world. I'm sure people are looking at each other going, yeah, we'll do that. But it's just a beautiful part of the world. We got to see the temples that Tomb Raider was done in. That was quite cool in Cambodia. I was just surprised by how big One Direction are in Asia, and how little I was noticed on the streets. Which was kind of odd, but it was really great, and you kind of just blend in as much as you can, like a regular tourist, which we are. And then it was just I don't know, nothing really surprised me. I kind of knew what I was getting myself in for, but yeah, it was just a great experience, and one that I won't forget, and I'll definitely be doing again.
So at one point did you get the itch traveling to, or start writing this song to get back into it? Because after I'm on vacation for a week, I'm I need to go do something. I can't just sit here next to a pool or just enjoy the sun.
Yeah, I think once I got back, where did we go? Yeah, we flew through Hong Kong. Yeah, so we got back to LA, and then spent a couple of days in LA. And what did I do in LA? I went to a UFC fight in Vegas, and then went home. So I was just back in London, and I was like, right, I'm still not going to do anything for a while. I have no real itch to do anything. And then out of nowhere, I was sitting playing the guitar, and I was I haven't written a song in a long time, so I'm gonna go in the studio. I obviously had relationships with writers and stuff that from One Direction. So Jamie Scott, who wrote Story of My Life, and wrote a lot of the big 1D stuff, and John and Julian, who did a lot of 1D stuff as well. So I had those relationships, so it was easy to just call up someone and go, I want to write. At the time, it wasn't really for anyone in particular. It was kind of just, it could have been for anyone, the songs that I was writing. But it just kind of fell into a place where I knew, I didn't have to think too much about if I was going to do something, what it would sound like. And it kind of just fell in front of me, and I was I'd written This Town. This Town was I think you might even been one of the first two songs. I don't know if it was first or second that I wrote. So then when I heard that, and I was okay, we're on a bit of a roll. And then the next day I wrote my possible next single. So we wrote 2 singles in 2 days. I was ooh, this could be all right. And then I went through a phase of writing absolute crap, and then it happens. And then there's probably 30 songs that are absolutely terrible, but I would pick out the good ones, I promise. But it's just it was a good process at the start, and then and I just got the itch for it then, and then I was okay, maybe I should, try and release some of these, and my management agreed, and then here we are. Awesome.
Well, you're gonna perform This Town for us right now, which you've been doing, but it's great for those watching. There's literally only 20 people in this room. He's done stadiums filled with 60,000 people. So, being a SiriusXM subscriber, these people are not going to have to be very close to Niall and getting this performance, which we're very privileged to have. So, Niall, This Town, take it away. Everybody, This Town. First on Hits 1. Thank you for watching on Facebook. Hi, I'm Mikey Piff, and I'm going to take some questions from Facebook right now. It's kind of a 3-parter. So, Kylie Ann, Noni Evans, they're asking, what's your favorite spot to go write a song? Because I know when you used to write with the guys, you'd all kind of go your own do your own thing when you were writing. You never really wrote together.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite thing about writing a song?
Favorite thing, I just like the way I write is I write a story at the back of a book, and then pick when I go to write the song. I'll have write like 10 stories on what maybe a personal thing or. Like the other day, I went to a Lumineers concert. I actually spoke about this in a Q&A the other day. I went to a Lumineers concert, and they've got a song called Charlie Boy. And it's about, he explained on stage that it was about his uncle that he never got to meet that went to war and never returned. And I just then sparked an idea in my head that I should write a song about like a family thing. So I wrote a song about my granddad. Like my granny died before I was born and kind of changed him. Like he, became like an introvert and like stayed in the house all the time and just became like an old man basically. So I kind of wrote about that, and that's where I got the idea from, was from going to a Lumineers concert. And I wrote that story at the back of a book, and then 3 weeks later I was in Nashville, and then I just picked lines out of the story that I wrote down and tried to make it into a song, and that's basically how I do it.
That's awesome. Do you ever? Now hearing that, do you ever imagine maybe writing a book of short stories or something for fun?
Like write a kid's book.
A kid's book.
I don't know. I don't know. That's why I wanted to do my single cover has got the where I actually wrote I just basically scanned the page and then I put it on the background of a picture of me. But I just kind of like that kind of thing.
That's awesome. Well, one of the things you said before is that the guys you wrote This Town with were some of the people you collaborated with One Direction stuff. Julia Beam asked if you could choose any old One Direction song to re-record by yourself and put on the album that you really love. Any of them. That doesn't have to be a single. Is there one that comes to mind?
Some of my favorite One Direction songs are like the up-tempo stuff. I just like songs. Some of this, like the newer album, Made in AM. Like I'm really looking forward to touring that one because there's some of my favorite One Direction songs in that one. I don't know. I guess Little Things is great. Night Changes is always a good one. Yeah, it just always reminds me of like playing it live and stuff.
You can go ahead if you want.
No,
We're not gonna stop you.
I don't know.
Everyone's like, oh, damn, so close.
You got the first chord. I don't even know if that's the right chord. Yeah, that's the one then.
That's the ticket. Yeah. Well, Niall, thank you so much for spending time with us and performing for everyone here and for everyone on Facebook. Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Is there anything that we need to know before you go? Like, a lot of the questions are like, obviously, you're going to go on tour. When's the album coming out? When's One Direction getting back together? Yeah. They're not broken up. They're just taking a break.
Yes.
Stop asking the question. They'll be back in a few years.
How many interviews do I have to do before that finishes?
Listen, you'll know because we'll be playing the heck out of them because that's what we do here. He sees the tweets in his timeline.
Yeah, I do. I see it.
So,
next month I start recording the album. I've got like a big producer coming in to help me with it, so I'm looking forward to doing that. And then I'll probably bring out a single sometime early next year, and then the album comes after that, I guess. And then I don't know, the usual cycle. And then I want to do like some small shows.
Yeah, I was gonna say like maybe not stadiums this time around, maybe like small clubs.
To be honest, I doubt I could sell it out on my own. I don't know what tells me that.
Don't sell yourself short. Law of attraction.
I'm missing 3 people, so I don't know if I could do that.
Niall Horan headlining Madison Square Garden, everybody.
No, but I'd like to do play some of the venues that we never got to play. You know, like play. I like the idea. I don't know if it will ever happen, but I like the idea of like playing like the Troubadour in LA, because like the Eagles played. My favorite band are the Eagles, and they played there when they were young and like stuff like that. So like I want to play all them. I like the idea of playing like Red Rocks in Colorado.
Oh, Red Rocks is awesome.
Like stuff like that. I want to play like before I go back to playing the bigger shows, if I can. That's if I can sell them out. But if I can, I would like to do all these little theaters and stuff like that. Just again, the real reason is because I have to like basically relearn a craft again, because like I have to now put a band together and basically learn how to play tight with a new band, and just learn how to do a whole hour and a half or whatever it is on my own with 12 songs that I have to sing all of them, or whatever the album turns out to be. I have to sing. I've never sung a whole song on my own, so to do 12 or 13 of them is going to be a little bit different. So it's all about learning that again, and
awesome. Well, congratulations on everything. We're glad to have you back.
Thanks very much. I really appreciate it.
All right, everybody. Niall Horan, I was going to say from One Direction. It's a habit.
I'm definitely from One Direction.
He's definitely from One Direction. But the other 4 guys are busy right now. 3 guys. All right. See everybody on Facebook. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, guys.